What is up, YouTube? Besides the random guitar intro, that was... yeah. Who am I kidding? Guitars are awesome. Turn that guitar down for a second, but I'll tell you what's not awesome, tubes. There was another mass shooting in our country. This time, in the good old US of A, it was down in Texas. Some random asshole just barges in to a little Baptist church on a Sunday morning with an Ruger AR assault rifle. Excuse me. Kills like 20 plus people. One courageous soul said, "Fuck this shit," and basically wrestled the gun out of his hand, and as he was dropped the rifle and was fleeing from the scene, he was injured fleeing from the scene. Just a couple days before this mass shooting took place, I was on CNN checking the news. This couple who had survived the Las Vegas shooting dies in a car crash a couple weeks after the Las Vegas shooting. In life, they call those one of those ain't that some shit moments. Because really, ain't that some shit? Now, could you imagine surviving something like that? YouTube. Smoking on some of that creamy vanilla pipe tobacco. This is one of my other pipes that I own. It's a decent looking pipe, you know. Hashtag fuck mass shootings. Hashtag guns are not the problem. Hashtag guns don't kill people, people kill people. Hashtag there are no evil guns, only evil people. I'm sure a lot of these gun-hating libtards get tired of people like me saying it, but... well... a gun without ammunition is basically a paperweight. And you notice it takes a human hand to operate a firearm. In fact, I set my guitar down for a second. Looky what we have here. My home defense gun. Just sitting there, minding its own business. Now notice it doesn't move until I pick it up. Watch. It's like it's an inanimate object or something. Huh. Safety's on. It's empty. The triggers are not engaged. Golly gee willikers. And notice it takes a human hand to operate a firearm. That's why I say guns don't kill people, people kill people. Fuck mass shootings. If you want to be technical about it, these are the things that hurt people. Right here, these things, these shells, you know, your ammunition, so to speak, if you want to be really technical about it. But these are strictly for home defense and, you know, day out plinking away at the range and what have you. If you're gonna shoot any sort of shotgun shell, you definitely can trust Winchester shotgun shells. Legitly. I just happened to have opened the case upside down, but that's irrelevant. Now for an apartment complex, small game and target load, like this stuff right here. There's a diagram of it. This stuff is excellent for home defense in a small apartment dwelling. You'll pepper the intruder, but you won't puncture a hole through a wall. See what I'm saying? Getting shot with a shotgun is definitely not high up on my list. But people aren't really concerned about break action shotguns. They're more, because it only holds 2 fucking shells. No, they're more concerned about the ARs and the AKs and the M16s and what have you. And, I hate to be that guy. No, wait, I don't. 2 things. Nobody complains when the AR assault rifles are used by the U.S. military to defend our freedom. Nobody complains when they're being used for good reasons. But as soon as they're used for ill intent, all of a sudden they're evil pieces of shit and blah, 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 you know. Really, it's a two-sided coin. I mean, there are plenty of responsible gun owners out there that own ARs and what have you, and they use it for hunting and home defense and target shooting at the range, and that's it. You know. Instead of blaming the gun every time, you know, you start looking at the person who did it, their mental background, and then you start asking, okay, how'd they get the gun? And once you find out how they get the gun, you fix that problem, so you have a solution. If he bought it, then we need stricter background checks. If he or she bought it, you know, stricter background checks, obviously. But if he or she stole it from someone they knew, then, you know, a gun safe, if anything, you know. So, second thing I'm going to say, Christians go on and on and on and on and on about how God loves all his children. God loves all his children, yet they get shot up at a Baptist church in Texas. And the bloodshed would have continued had somebody not stood up and wrestled the gun out of the person's hand. And as soon as he dropped his gun, he fled the scene like a little bitch, and then he got shot by the Texas police while fleeing the scene. And this is the thing a lot of people need to realize. Mass shootings are going to end three ways. Either you get arrested by the cops, either you get shot by the cops, or you turn the gun on yourself, or somebody else wrestles the gun from your hands. There's like 3 to 4 ways that could end. And it's not worth it, you know? I enjoy owning my gun too much to want to do anything stupid, to be honest. So doing something stupid that would get my gun taken away is not on my list of things to do. And you find that, you know, if guns are really the problem, we know about it. You know, they are kind of a problem, but it's the people we're giving them to, you know. If 1 in every 5 households owns a gun, you know, I tend to think that if guns were the problem, you know, we'd know about it, because there'd be a shooting like this, one in Texas at least every day, you know. But they don't happen every day, thankfully. They happen these days. It seems like every like 3 to 4 weeks, but you know, you just gotta tell yourself it's not worth it, man. You know, getting shot up by the police, going to jail the rest of your life, turning the gun on yourself. It's just not worth it, man. You know, if you're having a bad fucking day, you know, find a way to express how you're feeling in a healthy outlet. For me, it's making music and YouTube videos. If I'm having a shitty day, you know, I'll be like, hey, YouTube, what's up? What's good? You know, or if there's some political bullshit that's pissing me off, like, yet here we go again, another mass shooting in our country. You know, and this is what's going to happen. One side's going to be like, see, this is why we need to abandon the AR rifles, and rifles like it, they are a danger to society, and blah, 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 blah. And the other side's going to be like, you shouldn't ban that, that's a violation of the Second Amendment rights, and and it's just going to be a back and forth argument. And the problem is that both sides are right. You know, we shouldn't ban AR assault rifles just because of a couple of assholes. I just think that maybe stricter gun control on higher capacity guns like that wouldn't hurt. I mean, stricter gun control, period. Like, looser gun restrictions and stricter gun control. As far as like getting them registered and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I do it, you know. There are some states where you can't even own a short-barreled shotgun. Wyoming, you can, but you gotta get it registered, and if you do it yourself, you gotta fill out the paperwork before you do it. And you can't cut below the legal limit. Otherwise, it's classified as a sawed-off, and legal limit would be 18 inches. Yeah. But there are some states where you can have a sawed-off shotgun, but you have to apply for a Class 3, like a $500 tax stamp. And there's some states that don't even allow that, but they'll allow an SBS. And there's some states that don't allow any of it, period. You know. Now, if 1 in every 5 households owns a gun, then these mass shootings wouldn't happen every other 3 to 4 weeks to a month or whatever. They'd happen every other fucking day. But if I try to argue in favor of guns for this one, I get viewed as a typical American who loves guns, you know, and it just... you missed the point of what I'm trying to say here, YouTube. I've said it many times on my channel before. I am so sick and tired of mass shootings in this country. As a responsible gun owner, it pisses me off hearing about this shit. Innocent lives being taken, and for what? Because some asshole's pissed off. But could you imagine being a couple who survived a shooting like the one in Las Vegas, only to die in a car crash a couple weeks later? When I seen that other story on CNN a couple days ago, man, that fucking hit me hard, you know? It made me feel a little bit guilty about complaining about being single. You know, because having a girlfriend that you love and care about and she feels the same way about you, it's pretty sweet. But it also makes you incredibly vulnerable, YouTube. You know, if something were to happen to her, you'd lose your shit. You'd be so depressed and you'd hate the world for it, you know. All I can say in that situation is I hope that couple died at the same time, so they didn't have to witness each other's death or anything like that, you know. But could you imagine surviving the Las Vegas shooting and then dying in a car crash a couple weeks later? That's just... If there was a YouTube top 10, ain't that some shit moments, that would be on the list for sure. Because that is definitely an ain't that some shit moment, YouTube. And it makes you think, well, if being single, you think being single sucks. It does have its moments where it sucks, and being single also has its moments where it's a blessing in disguise. You know. If you don't want kids and you're tired of being rejected, it's easier just to avoid the dating scene like the plague than it is to put yourself out there to get told no every time. But when you've practically gone a whole year without sex, you know, you start focusing on other things like my guitar playing, getting better with my YouTube videos, and overall just doing my thing, you know, and not worrying about something stupid. The society already puts a lot of pressure on younger people to have sex and shit. Society also makes you feel like shit if you don't have anybody special. And on top of that, society even tries to health trip you into having, and to make you feel like you're less unhealthy if you're not having it. You see those stupid articles, and they have like 7 reasons why you should be having more sex in your life. One of the reasons, it makes you feel happy. Which is stupid, because I can drink alcohol and smoke tobacco and play guitar. These things make me happy. I can make a YouTube video and bitch about society's problems in a video. That makes me happy. So a couple of the reasons they had on that list, it was like, wait a second. A lot of these things can be replaced with something else. You don't need... Humans are convinced that they need physical relationships with another human, but they really don't. When you think about it, you know, having a girlfriend is not required in life. It doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't put a roof over your head. You know. So it's not so much a need, it's more of a right. And it's not so much a physical need like a financial, what have you. It's more of a emotional sort of attachment, I guess. I don't know. Humans are weird, though. I say this because it's true. Humans are fucking weird, man. If one woman compliments another woman on her breast size, or smacks her ass and says, nice ass, you know, other women might take it as playful or joking. But if a man tries that to another woman, it's sexual harassment. It's looked down upon, and oh, you shouldn't do that, and blah blah blah. And I'm pretty sure if other men tried doing that kind of shit to other men, if other men weren't down to it, like myself, they'd be like, hey, whoa, wait a second, bro, you know. You know what I'm saying, you two? Like, who gives a flying fuck if someone's gay? That's just more women for me, the way I look at it. Do I want to see two dudes kissing? No. I'd rather see two chicks kissing, to be honest. But if it makes someone else happy, like, who the fuck are we to judge, you know? But going back to the most recent shooting that we just had in our country, the one in Texas, 20 plus people killed in a Baptist church. Where's your God now? Where's your almighty caring sky God now that loves all his children? That's what I thought. Now, am I being a religious ass in this sense? Yes. But it's the fucking truth. No, what stopped that mass shooting wasn't an act of God. It was a member of that church standing up and saying, fuck this shit. He didn't really say it, more or less acted, you know what I'm saying? He manages to wrestle the rifle from the person holding it. And that's like, I remember when that asshole Dylan Roof, or however you fucking pronounce his name, shooting in that church in Charleston, you know, it's just stupid shit. And I don't know why people are doing it. Excuse me. I grow tired of the bullshit, YouTube. How I wish that people could come to their good senses and realize that, you know, pulling a mass shooting isn't going to solve anything. It's just going to make things worse for you, you know, and all you're doing is ruining someone else's life because you're pissed. You know, that's bullshit if you ask me. Of course, I got the window cracked open so that the tobacco smoke doesn't fog out the apartment. Do a little bit more guitar, but not too much more. So if you spend a whole year getting rejected by women, that's their problem, not mine. You know, I'm taking that as opportunity to be a bit more patient when finding the right girl, and also to just do things that I enjoy doing instead of griping about stupid shit. I suppose that qualifies as guitar playing, if you want to call it that. And it's incidences like the one in Texas that make me realize that my bullying on social media is insignificant. It really truly is. That's why I've never really complained about trolls too much. It's because even though I might be getting fucked with by some assholes, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the fucking day, it could always be worse. Know what I'm saying, tubes? Might need to be unclogged. Yeah, sometimes YouTube, I'm just at a loss. Just at a loss for words at what to say. You know, what can you say in a situation like this? Now, the biggest question that's on my mind, YouTube. The biggest question on my mind is, why? You know, why are these people pulling these mass shootings, what does it conceivably do for our society except pin everybody against each other? You know, not a whole lot to say for this Pipe Thoughts video, but that's kind of where I sit on the issue.